don't know why, but you are watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
Who am I, you ask? I was created in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by the waste of a dying world. I was bestowed with an insurmountable task: bring peace after decades of death, persecution, and chaos. I am a grandchild of war, destined to help two camps which hate has fueled for far too long. Surprisingly, I am not alone. Have an odd bunch to make the road a little more bearable. Come with me. To bring hope where there was despair. Respect where there was resentment. Creativity where there was destruction. I am Pinocchio. And this is my story.
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, beginning crowdfunding Memorial Day 2025.
Hey, everybody, Dirk Manning here, the writer and creator of numerous comic books and graphic novels, including Nightmare World, Tales of Mystery, Brave But Not Dead, all kinds of stuff. And I am super excited for you because you are getting to watch right now, right this moment, out of all the things we're really going to be doing, you're getting to enjoy and revel in the Madness Comic Network. And that is awesome. Thank you for being here.
Wow, look. Somebody drew this.
Oh,
two of the coolest people on the planet. Hooray for Les, hooray for Pops.
your connection is super choppy, Charles.
Yeah, Charles,
Okay.
you check that audio. Check that audio.
He's
Yeah,
probably
somebody
in a-
drew that, people. You see that? Somebody drew
Yeah, I
that.
know, right? Imagine it. Imagine somebody who actually draw this stuff.
Wow.
Oh man, what a morning, what a night.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I sit here and watch you draw every week. There's tons of videos of you drawing on your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
And to be accused is a horrible thing. But to be defamed is just uncool.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty. And I was talking to you guys earlier, and I was showing you, and I'll show you here. I'll have to switch through the screen shares a few times. So like, and I actually put together a video showing the process of how AutoClash artwork is created. And the whole point of that is that you can absolutely create artwork that you could feed through an AI image checker, and it will say that it was AI, but it's not. Mm-hmm. So like here I've got a model that I pulled up in Blender, and this is Blender, it's 3D, so I've got a background and all that kind of stuff. Actually, I wonder if I should I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me kill this screen. Let me remove that, and I'll pull up and share the screen for the video. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna play this video, and I may end up skipping around in it a little bit. Let me just bring it up, and I'll kill the audio from it. Let's see. No, we want to stop that screen, present, and then share screen. Let's go to window. All right, here we go. So, because I've already done this once, I really don't want to have to do it again. So let me hit play on this, and I'm going to turn the volume down on it because my audio on it's kind of crappy anyway. And I wonder if I can set my play speed in here. Let's see, playback speed. Let's do, well, it's going a little faster. There it goes. Let's see. So anyway, like right here, I'm talking about the picking out the background image, which is an HDRI dome. So it's not just an image slapped in there. It's got all kinds of stuff to it. And this is working using Blender and a thing called Blender Kit. which is where you have access to like literally thousands of off-the-shelf assets. And I have no problem.
Our first comment of the day, and it's from Pilled. It's from my friend Ghost Pepper over on Pilled, and he says, "It's hard."
Yeah, so like, I mean, here I'm pulling off the shelf 3D content, which the bulk of my income for 25 years was actually making 3D content, of which I did a ton of stuff that I put out just like this for people to grab and use. So like if somebody wants to use some of my 3D art in their work, I mean, like literally I had monsters and stuff years ago that I know the art director at the time of Chaosium was having his artists use my models to overpaint or as reference for a bunch of stuff in Call of Cthulhu. So, you know, there's that. And so here I think my screen cap got a little cut off from the side, so you don't see all the interface. But you know, here it's going through, and I'm doing a quick screen cap of that, and then I open it up in ZBrush, and there we go. So where are we at? Come back here. I think I fumbled around for a second because it's not an exact process, but it's pretty close. So there I've got the image plane in ZBrush with that image put on it. And I talk about how you have to like subdivide that image and then subdivide the plane and then bake the image in. That's where you get the artifacting like that. Now I'll cut that stuff off. Yeah, there's a bunch of that stuff coming.
I just want everybody to note that nobody is typing keywords into an app.
No, never. So, but then here I'm pulling from my brushes and collections of brushes and all kinds of bits and bobs. You know, it's like when you're working on miniatures, you got a bit box you can pull little extra guns and stuff out of and clip on. Well, it's the same thing here. So I pull some stuff out, and you'll see it get put in place. And in the video, if you watch the full video, I go into the process and I talk about keys that you need to hit and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's a tutorial video. And so I get that in place, and then the other one in place, and then I'm going to do a quick material on them, paint them over a little bit. You know, there we go. Give them a little bit of a texture. And the process in ZBrush is a little esoteric in a way because it's ZBrush, and ZBrush is a weird program to a lot of people. But so then I come over here into let's see. I think I started to go straight to Photoshop. Oh, I went into Photoshop because I wanted to use dodge and burn tools to punch up the contours of the car a little bit before I did my paint out on it. So there's that. Then I reloaded the image to look at it in ZBrush. Then I pop over to Clip Studio, where I have this file called dev.psd. And that dev.psd is referenced in a Photoshop file. So whenever I paint on this inside Clip Studio, I take this image that I've bashed together like that, and then I paint on it here in Clip Studio. I'm going to do a bunch of stuff to this, like adding ground shadows, and you'll see, you know, how that all kicks in here in a second. But then once I've got all my changes made and my paint and stuff done to it, so, and I think I spent a few minutes on it in here painting on this. Yeah, because I wanted to smooth some stuff out and roughen some things. I end up getting rid of the windows because this is an AI car. Because the game is called Auto Clash Flesh versus AI. It's spoofing on freaking AI. So there are these cars in it that don't have windows because they're AI driven. And that's what I'm illustrating here just because I thought it would be rather apropos. And so I'm going through there. I'm doing some blur and some different little things, give like some motion and stuff like that. And you can see all that kind of crap. And then once the overpaint and all that stuff is done, which this is a hyper fast overpaint. Like normally I would go through and be painting in stuff into the background, adding bits and bobs, putting smoke and things in, all kinds of stuff. But this is just a proof of style development concept. So once all of the work in there is done, getting it all painted up, and then there what did I use right there? Oh yeah, after doing all that, I was using a couple of different image adjustments to really make those contours pop. And then they're finishing painting out the actual windows. So then once that's all done, then like right here, you can see where I had another one that I was doing. So this file that's open here in Photoshop has a smart layer in it. And for those who aren't familiar with smart layers, you should be. Smart layers are production gold. What you can do is have a file put together where you can get a combination of filters and adjustments and effects. You make a layer and then designate it a smart layer, and you can place all those effects on that. And then whenever you want to have that exact same set of stuff done for consistency across images, you double click that smart layer, open it up, and then paste in whatever you've painted or drawn or whatever you're bringing in from somewhere, and then hit save, and it will update inside there. But I'm doing the update from inside Clip Studio where I'm painting, and then you see the result. Once it reloads inside Photoshop, it ripples through and it gets all of this stuff done to it. And that is the really hyper fast version of how this stuff is made. So I'll remove that now. Then let's now because of the conversation that was happening yesterday around my Autoclash artwork, I've gone ahead and taken the final piece of that, and I'm going to do a full window share here. So let's do entire screen. And then you will see here on Was It AI, I uploaded that image, and check if image is AI generated, and it says we're quite confident this image or some significant part of it was created by AI. Well, it wasn't, because you could see the entire process that I just did. And just as extra, just a little extra sauce on it, I went over to AI or not, because I know people who use this one. And this one says that it's likely AI generated, but it's not.
And this is where the fucking problem comes in, Look, if you want to know whether or not somebody's art is AI generated, go ask them to do some live art. Mm-hmm. If they can't, then it's pretty. I mean,
not only can I do the live art, I can do that art freaking live.
Did that art?
I just did that art live. So
what's really crazy is I gave a challenge about that, and the false accuser blocked me, deleted their posts, and has gone into hiding instead of being strong and saying, "Oh, okay, I was wrong. I'm sorry."
I mean, it's just drama farmers who don't care about who they potentially hurt with their accusations, and it's just terrible. Like I despise that crap.
To me, it's like, it's not just that dude took a shot at your art. Dude took a shot at all the work you've ever done, all the people you've worked for, work with, associate with, like as far as doing a show here on the network. Everybody knows I'm dead set against AI. Okay. Look, I could do my own comic with AI if I wanted to do a comic and never tell anybody. I'm against that shit 100%. Everybody knows it. I wouldn't have somebody on one of my shows promoting fake fucking art. Wouldn't do it. Don't do it. Never will. Okay. But it's really easy to find out. Okay. That dude, he went out there and said that stuff, and you're right, Charles. He did pull his comments down out of that thread, and he did disappear, and he blocked me when I went and sent him a message about retracting the statement. Okay.
Well, I posted a reply in that thread about the production of the art, where I said in the thread, I was like, this is how this art is made. That's why I went ahead and did the video this morning. It's just like, here, look, here you go. And not only can I show you how it's made, but here, I'll drop that into your precious little AI detectors. And there you go. False positive every single time.
Yep. So you can't use those things as
the dumb list.
You can't use those things as a basis in fact, okay? They may give you some idea, but it's still really easy to go, hey, Les, man, did you keyword that into an app? And Les will go, no, I can show you like years of art, actual art. I can show you years worth of actual art. The fact that dude even made the accusation clinched my fucking butthole. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I got mad. Okay,
it really, yeah. I mean, as hard as I work and as hard as I have worked for the last 32 years of this career, I'm just like, no, thank you. You know, this is not acceptable. So, I mean, I've tried to be very diplomatic. I mean, even when I responded, I wasn't, using hyperbolic language or anything like that. And, I got a little heated last night on a stream with some people just because I was still fresh and angry about it. But, I try to keep everything as professional and courteous as possible. And, I just, being as courteous and professional as possible while still defending myself.
Mm-hmm. Everybody knows I'm going to defend my people. I've done it since day one. Everybody knows somebody comes at one of my people and I know what they're saying is bullshit. I'm going to be one of the first people out there going, no, that's bullshit.
Okay? Well, I appreciate that.
It's just, that's where I've always been. I protect my people from scammers. I protect them from all the shitty aspects of this industry. Okay. False accusations and defamation. That's another thing I'm going to protect my people from.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way it is. Dude, I was hot, Charles. Charles and I talked last night. I was hot. If we'd have done this last night, I'd probably be using a whole lot more colorful language.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty colorful about it last night.
When I talked to Pops, I was actually so angry. I was in rage tears.
Yes. Charles was hot too. Look, art is so close to our heart.
For me to get angry.
Art is so close to our hearts and what we do. Okay, like I promote artists. I don't promote phonies. I don't promote people who use AI generated crap. I don't. You look in my group. We don't do that. We don't do it out here live. We don't do it on Twitter. We don't do it on nowhere. Okay. We don't promote people who do not actually create something. This man creates a lot of cool shit and has been doing so for a long time. And that accusation, it just discolors all that work, the people he works for, the people he works with, himself, obviously. Don't accuse people of shit you can't prove, especially when you're supposed to be a Comic-Con organizer. Okay, do you want me to come to your con and physically check everybody's shit to see who's got AI and who don't? Do you go after the people who just do prints? Do you mess with those people? Or are you just going to lie about an actual artist to draw attention to yourself or something? I don't get it. Facts, bro. I posted my facts. We're here right now to show you.
Well, there was any number of. No, there was not any number. There was probably one or two very specific reasons why this person would come out as venomous and weird as they did. And it relates to some past history that Charles has that I don't want to bring up in here because those people, and it's nothing Charles did wrong. It's just there was a former business associate of Charles this person was very in with, that kind of thing. And then when ways part, people pick sides sometimes. And so you get this kind of nastiness that can breed over out of it. And somebody is just like, well, I'm going to stick it to them. So I'll do this, that, or the other. And, it's just at the end of the day, it all ends up being a bunch of middle school feeling bullshit. But the reality of it is that, false accusations are still accusations. And in social media, that stuff, what's the old saying? It takes a lie can travel around the world twice before the truth even gets its pants on.
Yep.
So I'm just like, I think people need to be, I wish people had a little more integrity about what they want to say and how they want to say it. And it's like, if you think I'm doing something wrong, if you think there's something I've done that's wrong or whatever, approach me, be a man, have a spine and come to me and say, hey, this looks like this to me, or I think this. And be professional and civil. Don't pull this kind of crap that is obviously, like I literally sat here and proved myself with it.
Yep.
I mean, AutoClash is a big project.
It is.
I mean, it's a really big project. I did somewhere north of 80 pieces of artwork for that thing.
Correct.
And when you're doing something like that, you need it all to be consistent. First off, there's the consistency factor. In a production environment, you're going to come up with, you should come up with, if you're remotely business minded, good methods for producing that work.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's also the underlying satirical nature of the project, this whole flesh versus AI, and the idea to have the artwork spoofing AI.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I literally sat down and was like, okay, I want this kind of a look that's kind of a blend between kind of hints at like the AI stuff people have, but then also maybe a little hint of like Grand Theft Auto, some of the cell shaded type things out there. There's a handful of influences I wanted to put together for that, but I definitely wanted it to be one of those things where you had to question it a little bit because it's the nature of the damn game. What I did not expect was getting somebody just, saying, oh, well, this is AI. It's like, well, actually, no, it's not. It's human created spoofing. If anything, it's making fun of AI.
Yeah.
Glenn,
let me just address Glenn's comment here real quick. Glenn, this is not a conversation of AI or digital versus traditional. This is a conversation of defamation and calling somebody an AI artist who actually does art. Whether it's digital or not, doesn't matter. It's actual art. It's putting pen to paper. Or putting pen to the screen. To me, I don't see a lot of difference in it. Okay. I don't see that as auto-generated. Dude still drawing the lines.
It's really no different. I mean,
it's not a digital versus traditional. This man was accused of using AI to create his art. And this man's been doing art for 32 years and done plenty of traditional art. I've
talked at length on the streams about why I am so heavily digital these days is because of compensating for what I've been through with the stroke and everything, and I've talked at length about that. I don't need to go into it again here right now. But I mean, even that said, I've done plenty of streams where I am drawing on paper, or I'm, like when I was working on the sculpts, where I was did a stream a few weeks ago where I was painting doing the paint job on a sculpt of the Tin Man from an Oz project that I'm on, which, that sculpt, the same tools that I used here in the AutoClash, that sculpt was sculpted, was made using ZBrush and Maya and very high-end 3D tools, so I'm just like, man, if somebody's going to come after me, it's like, you're crazy, it's just goofy. It's like, I mean, I've literally, and it's weird for me because, I mean, I think I said this yesterday to somebody. I was like, I literally helped write the specs for one of the first automated lip sync tools that people use in 3D production to like cite up phonemes with audio tracks and stuff like that. Right. I've been involved in the software side of this stuff for a very long time. I mean, we're talking since 1994. So going all the way back to DOS. And I'm just like, seriously, I mean,
some animation techniques probably were born on your computer, is what you're saying.
Yep. You know, there's certain methods of like UV mapping models. There's a bunch of real esoteric in the weeds 3D related stuff that I was one of the pioneers of. You know, I mean, it's not something you like go around with a big banner about it, because most people be like, what is he talking about? But yeah. I know people who need to know, and it's cool. It's all good. But I guess, you know, my point with bringing that stuff into anything is that I've been an artist, a working artist, since I was 19 years old. And a lot of that time has been spent as an artist in the technological sphere, where I've been using and helping advance the use of computers and digital means for art. But that never takes away from my traditional art skills. If anything, what I've brought to the digital world is born out of those traditional skills that I've always kept up and do to this day. So, and in my mind, all of these things go together. They're all just paints on a palette. So, you know, until you hit AI, like AI, just typing in a prompt and then getting something out of it and running with that, that's kind of bullshit. We used to, in the 3D content business, we used to make fun. I had a friend of mine named Phil C. who put out a product for hobbyists once called the Make Art button. And what it did is it used a Python script to add a little button into this one piece of software, and the people would click it. And when they click it, big letters would show up in the center of their 3D space that just said art. And it was pretty damn funny. It was a Phil C's Make Art button. So, I mean, the irony of this shit is just rich for me, because like I said, you know, being on various ends of this stuff for a long time, you know, and I'm not, what's the way to say this? Pops and I were talking earlier about what I call ethical AI use. Like I was explaining to him ways of using an AI system to parse through scripts and things and get lists of important elements that you need, so that you don't have to spend, you know, so many hours sitting there making notes and all that kind of stuff. It's just ways of expediting your production. But using AI for your final art output, or for any of your art output, really is just, that's a no-no. You don't do that. Everybody knows you don't do that. It's freaking insane to me that we still have that we're having to go through this kind of crap.
I'll tell you, the insane part to me is that somebody will actually go type some words into a prompt in an app and get an image generated and then claim it as something that they created.
Yeah.
That is what? No, the app created that shit. You type some words. You type some words. That is not art. I don't give a fuck who you are.
That's
type some words into the app. He didn't create more art.
That's the same thing as if a client wants a commission from me and they're talking to me and they're like, yeah, man, I want this cool, moody piece showing like a gorilla firing off an M60 while he's smoking on a stogie. I mean, that's the client pays me to produce the piece. And depending on the agreement, they may own the piece. So it's theirs, but they didn't do that artwork. You know, and that's the same thing with AI. So, you know, see, he says, draw my stuff on Strathmore, Bristol, scan it, clean it up, and Clip Studio. See, I actually do the opposite. Because of my arm and everything and how hard it is for me to use traditional stuff, I will do my pencils digitally and go ahead and do my like hard lines, like border, like panel borders, and some of the mechanical stuff. I'll ink digitally, and then I'll print that on a really nice printer that will put it all out on nice illustration board with my blue lines for all the other stuff still there. And then all the organic stuff that I can do one-handed, I'll ink that way. Oh, where'd he go? You still there, Charles?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just been listening because it's been so fascinating. And, and from my point of view, the individual made a challenge. And then I basically, when I said we can prove you're incorrect, and tell you what, here's a bet. Instead of taking the bet and being humble and like, okay, I lost her. I proved her wrong. Thanks for 200.
Well, that's the hit and run of that sort of thing. And if there's something I hope people can take away from this kind of crap, is that think before you go saying stuff. Really, and if you think something's going on, you think somebody's doing something unethical, you think there's an issue with them, rather than just going out there and having a big thing on social media, contact that person. Say, hey man, I'm wondering about this, and do it respectfully. Like have respectful conversations with people instead of this kind of garbage. It's just so many things would be so much better if people could just deal with each other civilly like that. So, I mean, and
here's my thought on it, and this is going to sound goofy cliche, but drama is for the young and the bored, and sadly, there are far more bored people than there are young, and it's just a sign that the lives are very boring, and I feel bad for them. I mean, obviously, I feel angry about what happened, but it's amazing how people need drama just to acknowledge they exist.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, and it's one of the reasons why I tend to avoid most social media. I don't actually use social media a whole lot because it's just like, it just seems like all it's really good for is drama. Like that's all it really is about. It doesn't even matter what the subject matter is, who the people are. Everywhere you turn, it's just drama, drama, drama. And it's like, man, I just want to be left alone to make my books, draw my stuff, do my paintings, make my sculpts, and then go do shows where I connect with people in person, because that's what matters.
Gee, now I have to use the social media to promote the network.
Yeah,
promote what you guys do. Okay,
well, it's become an unavoidable evil.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I use it for, is to help you guys get seen. Do I get caught up in some stupid shit sometimes? Yeah, somebody says something stupid sometimes, and I have to comment because I'm an old man who ain't going to just let that dumb shit slide. Okay, when I saw what Charles posted yesterday, it involved a friend of mine, involved a couple friends of mine. It actually involved a few friends of mine. I ain't going to let that shit stand without saying my piece. And, like Mike Barron said, you go out there and you say your piece and you let it go. Okay, well, I said my piece in that thread. That dude ran away. He ran away. He blocked me. So I went over to Instagram, make sure I made a little post over there for him too. Because you see what I'm saying? You can't run from people on social media either. Okay. If you go out and say something stupid on social media, it's always going to be there. If you accuse somebody of something that you cannot prove or is not true, it's always going to be there. You might have deleted your comments, but we all know. We all saw them. We all know what you said, Brian. It was shitty. That's all. It was shitty. And you should come out publicly and retract the statement you made about Charles Artist being an AI artist, or an AI phony, I should say, because he's not. Period. That's what I would do. I would come out and say, yo, I fucked up, guys. Sorry. You don't have to say any more than that, but at least you acknowledge that you were wrong.
And the odds of somebody actually having the wherewithal to do that are slim. People don't like to admit when they're wrong.
If I make a mistake like that, I'll be very quick to publicly let everyone know I was the dum-dum.
I think the phenomenon of mistakes like that is why people need to learn to, like, you know, it's like, think things through before you go saying them. Just, you know, seriously, you know, you have no idea. You have no idea who you're going to hurt, first off, and what damage you could be doing to somebody who doesn't deserve it. And then also, you know, if and when you're proven wrong, you may actually end up doing damage to your own reputation with that stuff. So, you know,
it's your own brand you're ruining, because if you don't come out and say, hey, I made a mistake, your integrity is now in focus for everybody to see.
I mean, it's just, you know, my dad would have said you should always listen at least 3 times more than you speak.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because it was funny because he even said, Les even said something pre-show when we were backstage about how people who don't even like each other all came to the same conclusion that this was wrong. Okay, that it just proves that common ground can be found in every you know, relationship or whatever. Right?
I won't name names. Pops knows who we're talking about, but there's actually multiple people who have come to my defense, who I know many, and some of these people don't even like each other at all, but they came to my defense. You know, completely disparate people, and I'm just like, well, you know, that's good. That's a good thing right there. So,
like I said, it just shows that people can find common ground no matter how torrential their relationship may be. There's still always going to be something where you go, damn, he agreed. You know?
I mean, that's an important, it's a mature thing to be able to do, you know? Yeah. So, you know, this whole thing has just irritated the crap out of me for obvious reasons. But, you know, I figured, like, at some point, I know Charles and the other creators behind the game will be doing a Kickstarter. And I'm like, you know,
it's going to be awesome.
Beyond just the offense of this to me personally, I'm like, that kind of crap can get something blocked from Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really why I went ahead and made the video that I made this morning, showcasing the pipeline through which this art is made. So there it is. It's like, yeah, you can see this, and then when it's done, your little AI checkers will return false positives on it every time. So,
and the kind of people like that, it's the same kind of people that like went after Mike Barron's Private American and ran to Kickstarter and said, oh, this book is this and this and this and this, and got it taken down, even though nothing of what they said was true. No part of what they said was true. Kickstarter looks at the book, at the, you know, the sensationalism of it and goes, oh shit, we better get rid of that.
You're like, oh yeah, we don't want that heat.
Yeah. But if anybody gets any of our people's stuff taken down because they claim they're fake, I won't rest until you retract that shit. I won't rest. I'll talk about you all the time. I don't like people who come out and lie to hurt somebody, to take food off somebody's table. That is some serious bullshit and something I've been against since day one. You know?
Yeah. Act like a butt maggot.
What?
You're breaking up, Charles.
Butt maggot. Oh, there's no need to act like a butt maggot.
A butt maggot. Hey, Charles, I don't like that when you're on with us now, we all have to have this like hooker's eye view of you.
No, a butt maggot's a 3-foot-long hemorrhoid that flaps in the wind.
Yeah, could you please pick us all up from your groin, Charles? We're in the hooker's eye view, and that's not pleasant.
Oh man, it's like waking up to a bad dream right there.
I had the coolest dream this morning. That I was helping both the rebels and the Empire against a bigger enemy. then Les woke me up.
And then Les woke me up.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
oh,
look, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, I know this man works. I know this man works, and it irritates me that somebody, this man was working in the emergency room when he had his stroke. He had his tablet, and he was working while they were trying to fix him.
Yes. Now he's better like the $6 million man.
You know, I mean, he does all this with one hand. He's innovative as hell, come up with ways to help his create his art, you know, like foot pedals, like a guitarist uses. He uses foot pedals to help him do stuff with his art because he doesn't have his other hand, and he's still putting out art pages a day.
I average 4 to 6 pages a day right now.
I don't want to hear the AI crap. I don't want to hear the fake crap. I see this dude working.
Yeah.
That guy owes you guys both an apology. He does.
Yeah. What this actually means is that Les is so skilled he could literally do all his work with one arm tied behind his back.
I mean, I've basically had one arm tied behind my back for 2 years now. So
2 years now. Yeah. Look, guys, it's real. Dude does real art. Dude does real work, and he's probably put more into thinking about how to do different types of things than most of you. He's always trying to think outside the box to make things bigger, better, and more sensational. Always.
That's because he is MF cool.
Yeah, I give him the SDMF. He knows what I'm talking about.
Black Labor Brothers represent.
That's right. He knows what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah.
This man represents what that stands for more than anybody I know.
Thanks, man. You're going to make me get all misty-eyed here in a second.
Well, that's because Les is just amazing. You know, it's like we're both fans of you, sir.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, for those of you who don't know,
let's cut the circle jerk stuff out.
Let me elaborate on the SDMF: strength, determination, merciless forever. That's what that means, and that's the way this man has approached life, especially since his stroke. Okay, so when you can come back that hard after being knocked down that far, come on, man. He lost half of the use of his body. And dude is fighting that too. He's fighting to get the use of this hand back. The dude is constantly,
and it's happening,
working, right? Constantly working.
You just the fight just to be able to pick my arm up is like it's kind of wild. But you know,
real quick, I've discovered that there is one type of stroke that Les will always embrace every day.
Oh,
that's
God.
the backstroke when he's swimming.
Jesus, God, it wouldn't be the weekly stream without some terrible joke from Charles.
I figure when you get down underneath 100 strokes on your first round of golf, you'll be really happy. That's what I think.
Well, and it's funny too about my progress. I'm actually swimming with both hands now. So because that arm, you know, like this arm will actually extend and reach, and the fingers don't stay together quite right, so it's not as effective. But yeah, I'm swimming with both hands, and I'm doing more and more stuff in the gym with weightlifting, and I mean it's just.
Strength, determination, merciless for fucking ever.
Yeah,
that's
you just, you know, you hit it. Even on the bad days, you keep hitting it. On the good days, you hit it and appreciate how good it was. And on the bad days, you hit it and hope that it gets better. So that's just what you do. So, you know, that's, you know, I had a moment earlier today where I was just like, son of a bitch. It's like, I have fought back. I literally beat death and lost half my body and have fought back through all of that just to have somebody I don't even know trying to smear me. Like, seriously?
Not just as somebody. Look, not just as somebody who organizes an actual Comic-Con.
I'm like that is. It's like
it's defamation, dude. I just that's the only way I can clear it. It's defamation.
I mean, it really is. It really is defamation when you get down to it. I mean, it's like straight up actual legal defamation. But
it's just, don't do that to people, man. Like I said, it was really easy for this dude to research you and your work. For him to just take a couple of images that he ran through an AI thing that, like you said, false positive, that's bullshit. You can see the dude doing the work. You don't have to go.
I don't think he even bothered to run through the AI. I just think he decided to. It's not. Let me be as insulting as I can.
Yeah, I don't even know if the guy actually did an AI check on the images.
Yeah, I doubt it.
But I was just like, here, let me beat you to the punch on that in case you didn't. Here, check this out. Yes, they're going to show this, and here's the process, so I literally could take any piece of work, and there's a set of things that you can do to like any image that will cause it to yield a false positive every damn time. I mean, I literally started a large chunk of my career coding 3D models in DOS. I'm no damn dummy when it comes to digital tools and all that stuff. And so I'm just like, okay, well, you want to say this? Well, here, check this out. Mm-hmm. Here you go. I mean, and past that, what can you do? I mean, I've come with receipts. I've come with the evidence. I've come with live filmed proof. And if anybody wants it, just, here you go. Here you go. Thank you. If you got a question, hit me with it.
There is a playlist.
But instead, it's like.
There is a playlist on the network YouTube channel called Comic Artist Hour. This is the 35th episode. And not once will you see Les over on the side going, I'm going to type in taint and stinky and see what happens. That's what dude is. A stinky taint, man.
Radioactive mutant clones eating pelican tacos. Ta-da!
Well, I'm...
That's like AI.
I thank everybody who's supported me since last night on this. I mean, it's just, the stuff is just absolutely aggravating, and hopefully people understand, and they understand what's up, and they'll see.
I do know from my geography in high school, right, that Northwest Indiana is not far at all from Southwest Michigan. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't say anything particular that is potentially actionable. But yeah, it's just I don't really make it up in that part of the woods very often anyway. So
well, see, for me, I'm looking at it like this. I like to hit the local cons, Hall of Heroes Con, Grand Rapids Comic Con, Capital City. I met that guy a couple weeks ago at Grand Rapids. He told me I can get press passes there. I'm going to be going there next year. It's like, so it's just like that, right? As I meet people, that run cons local, I get to go there and promote them and tell people about them. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, that was a con I didn't even know anything about. I never heard of it until this. And had I heard of it in different circumstances, it may have been one I was promoting. Just saying.
Not anymore. Well,
nothing more awesome than seeing legends meeting. Who are the legends? Who? Are you talking about
Thank you, David Anderson.
Charles Beard's mustache is a legend. I know that. that mustache is a legend. I know that.
Lord.
I've heard that it's a legendary experience meeting me once. That once you meet me, I'm permanently burned into your mind.
Oh my God. That is so true. That is so totally true.
I once had kids meet me. I babysat them, and I took them for a pirate treasure hunt. I buried a roll of quarters in their backyard, but we went all over the town until they were angry and upset and tired. Then we went to their backyard, found the X mark in the spot. They dug a hole in there, and they got the quarters. They were happy as hell. Then I was called a few days the next week by the parents saying I could never babysit them again. And I said, why? What's wrong? They've dug more than 100 holes looking for more treasure. Flash forward 30 years, I'm at a funeral. These two grown men asked me if I took them on a pirate treasure hunt.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Nope. No treasure hunts. Nope. The kind I would,
Oh, that's better. We've left the hooker view.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, keep us out of your crotch,
I
Charles.
get it now.
Oh, you get it now?
So this is the hooker view.
Yeah, that's the hooker view, dude. I
Oh
never want
God.
to see you from that angle, ever under any circumstance. I'm just like so terrible.
Oh no. By the way, Christine Shen is an internationally acclaimed parody artist who does a book called Demon Bitch.
Yeah, we know all about it. She used to be part of the network.
Okay, because we may have her on one of the shows. So
Yeah, she used to be part of the network.
Okay. So yeah, she and I have become buddies, and she's hysterical, And also the Anti-Prophet, Order of the Anti-Prophet, the guy who does the interesting videos. There may be a possibility of getting him on. And then there's this interesting group who talks about the decline of all the populations except for two communities, where the populations are actually growing, but everything else is on a nosedive, which is quite fascinating. So there's some fascinating shows ahead for us. And, of course, drawing, and I'm planning to do some drawing at lessons, so perhaps you could watch me draw live and really make fun of my work.
That should
Okay.
be.
Well, I'll look forward to seeing that.
Yes. By the way, it's become 12 o'clock, so Pops, would you be willing to hit commercial?
Oh, are we ending this thing? Is that what you're saying?
I think I'm ready to call it a day, man. I'm just the thought process on all this stuff is kind of exhausting.
Yeah. Like you said, I was hot. I didn't like that somebody was accusing a network personality of anything.
Before we head off, let me just say thank you to everybody who supported me in this little dust up. It's silliness, it's stupidity, and it's completely false. So, and like early in this stream, I've brought the receipts, I've shown blah blah blah, done all that. So hopefully I don't have to go down this road again, because it was just stressful, because I know how rumor mongery the comic book business can be. And that's exactly the kind of place where false accusations can sometimes have as much of a negative effect as if something were true. So
yeah, I mean, it's just bad. It's bad to go out on the internet and paint a picture you can't prove. Yeah. I don't care who you are. It's just not cool. It shows a lack of integrity. It shows a lack of compassion for an artist who's just working, trying to make a living. Okay, you could possibly be taking money off my friend's table, or food off my friend's table, and that shit pisses me off. I'm not gonna apologize.
Well, yeah, I've seen a lot of people come out in my defense, my support, and I really appreciate that. And of course, I noticed we got like 50 people watching today, so I think that's a little more than usual, and might be because of this bullshit. So,
and I'm grateful too to everybody. Sorry to jump in. Pops, I was humbled by how much respect and help you are. So we need to secretly call you Papa Psycho Bear.
Well, don't be giving me more nicknames, bro. Oh, that right there is 2 nicknames combined already. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Well, I'm just going to say, thanks to everybody who's been supportive, and I'm just going to keep doing what I do, making artwork, making books, and doing the show and everything, and
Oh,
so and bitches be trifling.
this is real important. I'm going to show this real quick.
What are you doing now, Charles?
I'm going to be at 2 shows this weekend.
We've gone from the hooker view to the dead hooker view.
Yeah, that's the best one.
I'm like,
here, you see this?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
RPG. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But what's really cool about this, let me see if I can reverse the camera so you can have my point of view. I don't know how to do that. Okay, I guess I can't reverse the camera. Rats. Okay, but this is 600 pages, and there's only 11 copies in existence, including the one that I'm holding. And I'm going to be at 2 conventions this weekend: CollectorCon by the Zircos up in Wisconsin, and then MightyCon in Madison, Wisconsin. And I also have a playtest questionnaire, like, hey, do you like it? Do you hate it? What can be better? What do you love about it? So check it out. It's only going to be $50, which is basically what it costs, and because I did slow numbers, but
he sends me the PDF. He says, "Have you read it yet?"
Yeah, 600 pages.
Yeah.
Check it out.
All right.
Yeah, I am ready. I'm ready to play it.
You've got to do something, Charles, about your audio in the future. By the way, your audio is terrible.
Plug that thing right into the car. That's what you do.
Yeah, we got
cut to commercial.
Yes. It's always good to see you, my friend. Charles, it's always good to see you, my friend.
All right, folks. We are out of here. We'll see you next week with a much more appropriate show, I guess. Thanks, everybody.
Don't believe everything you see on the internet. It's really easy to find out if something's true. Really easy. Peace, everybody.
Later.
When a series of shipping disasters points to a mysterious sea monster, Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson leave the comfort of Baker Street and board a freighter where they encounter unexpected betrayal and come face to face with the enigmatic Captain Nemo and his submarine, the Nautilus. As they delve deeper into the case, they uncover a conspiracy involving a Russian Tsar with an airship that rains destruction on unsuspecting cities. With time running out and the world on the brink of war, the heroes must use all their skills and resources to stop a massive conspiracy and prevent global conflict. From Eisner-winning writer Mike Baron and illustrator Richard Bonk, dive into the depths of adventure and unravel the mysteries of the sea with the world's greatest detective in Leviathan. Order now at baroncomics.com.
Little president in his sandbox play. Build a tower, make it stay. Digging deep through the golden sand. Building the future with your hands. Tiny suits and shiny shoes. Making plans and making news. Friends all gather to join along. In the sandbox they all belong. Little President Trump at play. Every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way. In the great big sandbox that is the USA. The USA. Share your dreams with everyone. Sandbox fun under the sun. Big ideas taking flight. With little Trump everything's bright. Dig a moat, build a wall. In the sandbox he stands so tall. Dreamer dream, builder build. Little Trump, your heart's fulfilled. Little President Trump at play. Every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way. In the great big sandbox that is the USA. Hooray, hooray, for the USA.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the where's the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
Have a good night.